Brazil. I have a few comments to make about the seeds in mangoes. You know there's a tough seed inside of them, and some people want to plant those seeds and see what will grow from them. From the monoembryonic varieties, which are hybrid, when you plant the seed, the tree that would grow from it will bear fruit after usually 7 to 10 years, but it could be more or less. And it will not be identical to the fruit from which the seed came. So there's variations. That gives rise to the term varieties in mangoes. There's two different types of seeds in there. If you were to open that hull and pull the seed out, you would find the kernel. It's quite a job to do it, and I'm not going to take the time to do it here on video. It would be a long time, and using tools to do it, it can injure your hand. At any rate, there are two different types in there. The monoembryonic is illustrated by this particular one. Yes, it dropped off of a tree that was over a roof, and it laid in the shade. It's still in the fruit, and it has sprouted. It's got short roots underneath it. I'm going to plant it when we're finished with this video, and it'll just make one plant. The other type of seed is what they call polyembryonic. This is an illustration over here where there are, I was going to use this for a point. My finger's so handy. But there's one which was more prominent, and then there's actually two others. This one is easy to see, and there's a little one down here. Usually those smaller ones, particularly the smaller one, it'll just die out because there's not enough substance for it to grow there. But in those cases, usually the prominent one will be identical to the fruit from which it came, and they call it coming true to seed. But if you know how to recognize the difference between polyembryonic and monoembryonic, you can tell that by looking at the kernel if you take the kernel out. Or when you plant the seed, if you see there's multiple plants coming up, you know that was a polyembryonic variety. A word of caution: if you are intending to grow seeds from the fruit that you get, and you like the fruit and you want to grow the seed, do not refrigerate the fruit. That refrigeration of the seed will cause it so it will not germinate. And the advantage of opening the hull and before planting the seed is that, well, to illustrate what happens sometimes is the root will grow and just curl up around inside the hull before the sprout that grows up vegetatively to make leaves before it sprouts up. So if you open the seed, just be careful you do not damage any part of it, and you can just lay it on the surface. Lay it out horizontal is all right on the soil. Just it needs to be best shaded and kept damp, and while it's germinating and getting started. I guess that's enough for this comment about seed right now.